Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Brennan. Happy to be back. And I'm hanging out with 1992 NASCAR Cup Series champion Paul Andrews. And Paul, we pretty much just put an exclamation point on the 10th year of the Kawicki Cup and the Alan Kawicki Driver Development Program. And taking a wide lens approach, how do you reflect on all that has happened in these last 10 years with this program?
Yeah, it's kind of been a whirlwind, to be quite honest. It's uh, for all the drivers that we've had come through it, and all the drivers that have applied, and that haven't made it, but even following some of the careers that they've done. Obviously, Tom Majeski is our poster child. He was our first inaugural winner, with him winning the championship, and then finishing well this year again in the Truck Series champion, NASCAR Truck Series champion. So it's really good to watch all our guys and still see a lot of them pop up at some of the bigger races, and yeah, it's definitely been a whirlwind. Got an opportunity to go to a couple races this year and have over the past years too. But it's really fun to watch those guys progress and grow, and it's pretty neat.
Now, one of the things I love about the program is you not only continue to honor and remember your champions from years past, but you also spell out all of your multi-finalists, your single finalists, anyone who's had the chance to race for this honor and in Allen's honor and memory. And I think that that is something that kind of spiders its way through the racing community to continue to drive the mission home. And that is that Allen did things his way. And Paul, since I last had the chance to talk to you, I got to hang out with Terry Kreider as she ran the Cars Tour finale at North Wilkesboro. And Terry's an integral part of everything that goes on with this program. And she's played a lot of roles there. And said that was something that resonated with her and her brother, who was once a finalist, doing things his way. Seeing that Allen was able to win that title back in 1992, but also seeing that a lot of the racers coming up to the pipeline are doing things in a similar fashion, having to do things in an old school manner, whatever it takes, work on their own equipment. Is that one of the central messages of trying to continue on with the intangibles associated with Allen's legacy and this top honor?
Well, it is. Not only just remembering Allen, but remembering how he did it is a key part of it. Obviously we love winners, and everybody loves winners, but you know, people that come up the hard way and have to do things the hard way is a great success story from our standpoint, and everybody's standpoint. Whenever it doesn't matter if they're remembering Allen or not, when they come up the hard way and they're successful, it is a very huge rewarding experience for sure for them, and it's fun for us to watch. As fans of Allen's and friends of Allen's, and to see this program, continue for 10 years is a huge honor for us, really.
Now, 2025, we've pretty much just wrapped up this year's portion of the program, although there's still some work to be done. I know that the banquet is about a month out. There's some exciting news there as far as that being planned for December 9th. What does the layout for that look like?
Yeah, that's right. We're working hard on the banquet right now, and of course, working on our final. Coming up with the final, the votes for the winner is coming up here soon, and then of course we're going to announce the winner at the banquet. So that's a different twist for sure. Announce the winner, and of course the whole top five. This year we went from seven to five, but it's really helped the program. Keeps it a smaller group, and kind of helps the whole help us keep control of everything, really, and watch the drivers a little closer. And so that's exciting. Announcing drivers, announcing everybody's finishes, and the winner, of course, at the banquet. It'll be a good twist. It'll be fun to watch.
It's perfect because it's similar to how the finalists get notified that they've made it to the final step in trying to win this top honor. And I know we've been talking about the program as a whole over the course of these 10 years, but how about 2025? A couple of new initiatives that were announced this year, like wild cards and a couple of other things that fans were able to keep an eye on and follow a little bit more closely with everything going on and how much more accessible some of these drivers are, whether it be through social media or streaming platforms. It seems so much easier to keep up to the pace of what each competitor is doing. How would you rate Paul this year as a whole, not just with the finalists and their performance and their efforts off track, but for the program and some of those new initiatives that were announced this year?
Yeah, the wild cards, man, are really fun to watch. Hang on a second. Allergies are getting me right now. But the wild cards has really been fun to watch. And what they do, what the drivers do with them, it's created quite a bit of excitement throughout the season. Uh, it's been a good process. It's something we'll definitely continue in years to come. So that's it's all been good. Really, it's made a huge impact, I think.
I know for us, anytime we had a finalist running with a tour that I was a part of, it was one of the key storylines to circle that that driver was racing for a little bit more that weekend than what they may have been in weeks before or weeks coming up. So, speaking of things coming up, we mentioned the banquet December 9th, and that's when we're all going to find out who is this year's Kawiki Cup titleist. But how about 2026 and maybe even beyond? What are things already in motion for planning what next year is going to look like? And is there anything additional or any other attainable goals that you may be striving for this program down the road? I know that the website continues to open up the opportunity for those to donate to the program to keep this going. But as far as next year and beyond, what's on the horizon? Is the team already hard at work?
But we definitely we're making a few little tweaks to the rule package from our standpoint. To kind of keep things. A few things came up this year we needed to kind of address just to make it more clear. And excuse me. And then of course, we're working on the application process and trying to get that rolled out a little quicker than we did this year. But that's all in the works, and things are looking good. We're working on title sponsorship for the whole program to keep us to keep the longevity of it. And we have a little neat project we really haven't discussed a lot, but we have the NASCAR Hall of Fame owns the original Underbird, and it's in need of restoration. So I'm sure that's going to pop up throughout the season, similar to what we did when we took the initiative to try to help out and get into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So we'll probably kick that around a little bit as we go. That's not set in stone, but we're definitely have a funding set up for that already. That we can fans can contribute to that, and Alan's still got a lot of fans out there, so it's really neat to see that. And whenever I go to a racetrack, I've always someone talks to me about Alan's, no matter what. And that's the same thing we're trying to continue with our drivers. Somebody talks about Alan and remembers him. And then a lot of times we have people that just have asked questions about him, and that's really cool. So yeah, a lot of things in the work for 2026. We're working hard to make it all happen and keep things rolling.
Well, I can't thank everyone enough for being a part of it this year and working with you and everyone on the team and also following along with all the finalists. Hoping to be able to see you at the banquet. Looking forward to seeing who comes out on top in 2025 and the lasting legacy they are going to leave with their success, as all of these finalists still have such a long runway to go in their racing careers. Paul, it's been a lot of fun chatting with you all year long. I appreciate the time, and hopefully I'll see you on December 9th.
Thank you, Eric. I'll be there. I won't miss it. No vacations planned this year, so I'll definitely be there. It's good to talk to you and good to see you again.
Thank you. Take care. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody watching. And don't forget, December 9th, that's where we're going to find out who is the 2025 Kawiki Cup champion.